Okay, this is great timing because someone's revving up their motorcycle um, outside of my apartment. So I'm gonna try something somewhat new today. I say that, but I've done this at least, or I've attempted it one time on this channel and another on my alternate channel way back in the day. Wow, I'm also gonna have to lower the game audio. Um, so I'm gonna, do a LP. I'm not really a LP person, nor are LPs really popular now, especially of this game. But I like to think I'm a somewhat competent Dead Rising player. Um, in fair warning, I'm going to talk over the cutscenes. For some reason, if you're one of the 20 people that are watching this and you don't know the game's plot after it being 20 years old, you can just go watch someone else's LP or whatever. I will talk over cutscenes, whatever. Um, so yeah, hopefully I can finish this one, this LP. Obviously, Dead Rising is a somewhat long game. I remember the first time I did it, I even did like a face cam. This is like 4 years ago on my other channel. And I think I got up to midday of day 2. And I think the second time I tried, which was probably like 2 years ago, I think I just did like the prologue and saving Jeff and Natalie. Um, I think my commentary skills have gotten better. I'm just hoping my mic doesn't suck. I think that would be the biggest limitation. And I'm starting off at level 1, so people get to see how I progress. To my knowledge, the only thing I had trouble with back in those days was doing live commentary in addition to playing the game. I mean, it can be a hard thing to master, because either you end up just yapping like I'm doing, or you end up just narrating every small, minute thing you do, as if it's, like a blind LP. Or back in those days, I mainly just went long periods without talking because I didn't know what to talk about. If I can get the shot. This prologue, prelude session isn't really that important other than you can rack up some PP here, but okay. I think there's a few unique animations here that you never see in the actual game. For example, there's a zombie trapped under the car over there. I mean, the cars are kind of bad for even back then. I think there's also a hidden one. I think on this rooftop you can see people being eaten. It's very easy to miss because if you're not just looking down. No, I guess not. Well, I know it's here somewhere. I'm gonna end up missing the gas station because I'm looking down. Yep, there it is. This is probably the biggest one. Yep. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this whole section is probably worth it just for that one picture. I mean, I'm so used to just skipping this whenever I do speedruns or just when I play for the sake of capturing footage. So I can't remember how, if you're optimal at taking pictures, how much that helps you. I think if you're a little bit optimal, you can get like maybe halfway to level 2. So a few guidelines of this LP, I'm not gonna, if I even have the Mega Man Buster or Laser Sword, I'm not gonna use it. Anything else is fair game, including Adam's Chainsaw, which is definitely OP, but okay. Every time I do an LP, I always think about Darkside Phil, well, also his LP of this game.
I want to see the center of town. Take me there.
Roger.
Random zombie in the parking lot. Okay, that's probably my I think that's one of the reasons I don't do, I think the last LP I did was the Dominion, or was it the Malta? No, the Biosyn, expansion for Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Can you get me on the rooftop of
And good God, that was,
You gotta be kidding
that had to
me.
be 3 years ago. That, I knew I did an LP of that. I kind of did like a gameplay series of Sandbox where
As long as you're not dead.
I kind of just
It's Frank.
rambled while I built a park, so there wasn't really any progression tied with that. I did complete the Biosyn DLC. I think it was like 9 or 10 episodes. For those who don't know the history of my channel, there's a period where I tried to break off and do LP stuff, and I would still upload speedruns without commentary to this channel, because I was entering like a phase, well, phase, it's just a fad, mom, of speedrunning, as I still do speedruns today. And the goal was speedruns on this channel, LPs on my other channel, but because I did LPs of this game, Jurassic World Evolution 1, or the DLCs of that game, but then I started doing speedruns on that channel, and I'm like, okay, well, I might as well go back to this channel, because at that time I had like 200 subscribers, or 190, and I was still gaining subscribers on this channel at a more rapid pace than I was on my other channel. My other channel is how I met most of the people in the speedrun communities I'm a part of, and also like the dino tubers like Deck Tunics and all them. So, but yeah, I mean, it was just kind of a failed experiment. Like, I would have my face cam on there, and
If it were just
like, if you were around at that time, you know what I looked like. Where I had a beard back then. Now I'm clean shaven, but
extreme, in my opinion.
yeah. Well, you know, I think I could pull a Frank West for Halloween now with my given look. I'll have to dye my hair black because I got gray,
Doesn't
but
sound like civil disobedience. It's too quiet.
I think I got pants like that too. The only thing I don't have is that leather jacket. It's like a leather blazer, but
Yeah.
anyway, I'm getting off topic.
So why don't you just
Which,
tell me
yeah,
already
get ready for that a lot.
what's going on?
I think you'd better see for yourself.
I think this will also be
This, my friend,
somewhat different because
is hell.
you know, mixing up speedrunning and casual strats. But I just can't stand like other LPs, and I was kind of guilty of it too with my Dominion. I I'm just blind as a bat in real life, and or in my day-to-day life. Now imagine me having to multitask, talking and focused on having competent gameplay. I'm not gonna do that cutscene. Okay, so none of my attributes have come to this save file. I don't even know if I'm gonna try and waste the time and get Brian's shotgun. But anyway, yeah, like my Dominion DLC Let's Play, I was very blind. I was almost like Dark Side Phil. Not that bad, but it's just I will stand by like the UI in that DLC was not the most user friendly. Because legit, there's like a good 5 minutes where I'm trying to find a dig site or something in that. I can't remember what it wasn't some weird thing. Because like I think every level of the research thing had different dig teams or dig sites, and I cannot find Giganotosaurus to save my life. Like there's legit 5 minutes. I think I even had to edit that like some of that part. I can't talk. Some of the parts out. And that's kind of why I don't really do blind LPs anymore. With that and like I wasn't gonna do it with the Malta DLC because I really wasn't a big fan of that DLC. I did like a 20-minute review of it, and I just was not a fan. You know it's bad. I don't do game reviews, so you know it's bad whenever I went out my way to do a 20-minute review.
Take a look out there.
I don't care if it only got like 200 views. I need to get my opinion out there.
There's been more and more of them since last night. Now,
By the way, this whole first part is gonna be nothing probably but cutscenes and like with gameplay,
zombies
intermixed.
We should be safe in here.
But the other thing I don't like, not even blind LPs, just like some LPs in general, like when people just don't like Dark Side Phil. It's probably he's not the only one. I keep dragging him through their mud. There's way more people that are guilty of this. Just being blind is a bad. Like for example, I don't know why. I was watching this LP of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, and I know that sounds very like stupid saying out loud, but the reason being, I've been watching videos on that because I just beat it for the first time actually. As a kid, I never beat King Neptune. And I'm selling most of my old PlayStation 2 games to make room on my bookshelf and everything. So before I put it on eBay, I'm like, you know what? Let me play it.
Would you calm down? I don't even know what you're talking
And I watched this LP, and both of them, it's two of them, by the way. So you have two sets of eyes and two function. And to their credit, they're like pretty funny and enjoyable, like to watch. They play the game, and there's two of them, and they didn't know about the upgrade feature. And if you played the game, the upgrade feature is probably the most pivotal thing. It just makes the game so much easier. And they legit went through half the game not knowing you can upgrade. Like, and the game even tells you at certain points too, like level up. And they opened the upgrade screen in like the first episode, and then did not do anything. I mean, to be fair, when I was a kid, it was very hard for me, and even as an adult when I played it, I was still dying a lot. I didn't know the upgraded attack, the main attack from SpongeBob and Patrick could deflect projectiles. So I would just get absolutely wrecked by the late game enemies. Okay, finally some gameplay. You know what? I lied. I think I am gonna try and Baseball bat? Oh, I gotta wait for what's his name to die. Okay, if this fails, then I'm not gonna go after the shotgun. Yep. Okay, never mind. I gave it kind of quick, but I also. Oh wow. Okay, there's like barely anyone near him. Stair skip. Okay. Nope. Okay, and I'm like at a quarter of leveling up, so not too shabby. I actually need to sell my PS3. I don't even for that Jurassic Park video I did, I obviously captured footage footage on it, but I mainly just used it to see when I'm selling my PS2 games and make sure the games still work.
As long as those things are in the mall, we better not use this door.
I will say I did think about doing a DRDR playthrough, but one, I don't have a PS5, and two, I actually hear the game isn't that good. Capcom just kind of did it like a one and done, and like, I mean, I didn't expect any DLC, you know, like Dead Rising 3 kind of DLC with it, but a lot of people were mad at Capcom because it just kind of unceremoniously dumped it. Because heck, it came out last September, and I think it was like late June or like early July when I found out, or when they revealed it. So that's like only a few months of hype.
As a matter of fact, I am.
But not even hype. It was just like, because those are some things that I was kind of iffy about. And I guess Jurassic World Evolution 3, when that comes out, is gonna might suffer the same fate. I mean, Jurassic World Evolution 2 only had, it got revealed
Who are you guys anyway?
like June or July of 2021 and came out that November.
I took that one near the entrance.
So I mean, it's not that alien, I guess, but well, heck, Jurassic World Evolution 1 was revealed, and like
Nope.
it had like a whole year of like marketing or like hype. Cause yeah, like a reveal trailer came in
Hey,
August,
we're not done talking yet.
and it didn't release until June of the following year.
Guys.
But then there's like a whole 3 month 3 month gap where like nothing was revealed or given to us. So it can be a double-edged sword, and I think even Jurassic Park Survivor is, as we see, is going through that same fate. I think they just revealed some screenshots like a week or two ago, because a lot of people legit thought it was like canned. Oh yeah, by the way, I am sorry. This is going to be a yap-heavy session. The reason I yap in my speedruns a lot is because I'm just going to skip this. There's no plot relevance. Is I kind of love doing A, the speedruns, and B, the scripted videos, because I get to talk about subjects that normally wouldn't arise, and just, oh come on Jeff, he did this on my practice LP of this, I guess. For example, me ranting about the SpongeBob game. What am I gonna do? Have a whole scripted video? I mean, I could do a retrospective, but that's been done to death on those types of games. There's a few somewhat new ones that I've watched of that, and they're I can't remember. Did I take a? I have bad memory too. I can't remember if I took a picture of the event. Because again, I'm not used to like doing like a somewhat casual playthrough of this. Usually I'm just, you know, speeding through it. Okay, stock, not bad. Okay. Oh yeah, I cut cut tutorials off so I won't get bombarded with stuff I already know.
Come on.
But yeah, I mean, I just love to talk about stuff that's obviously relevant to me, and there's gonna be a lot of yapping. So, I mean, it's better than just going. Because I could talk about the game, but like, first of all, I've talked about it at length, and second, if you're watching this, I imagine you've watched my channel, and obviously know about the game too. But I am gonna save. This could be the end of part 1. It could not. I don't know. If it isn't, I'll do some editing, and you'll see this pretty soon, or you'll see me pretty soon. Okay, I'm back. So this might be a long episode, but you know, it's funny. Whenever I would do LPs, I would post to the Let's Play. Oh dang it! I don't have wall kick. I don't know why. I'm so used to playing at a higher level. So like people would always be like, "Oh, the ideal like length is 20 minutes." Obviously, I have an established, somewhat fan base, I guess you could call it. I hate saying that because obviously, if someone were to see me in real life, they wouldn't go like, "Oh my gosh, you're Aussie Deals." Like that would be kind of not weird, but I don't suspect anyone would come up to me and be like, "Hey, you did the Dead Rising Survivor video, didn't you?" But yeah, I don't really care about abiding by certain customs in the LP. For example, I might just combine
Sneak up on me.
this episode or this recording session with the last one.
It's probably just a sprain.
I've got to help Brad, or he's done for.
All right, fine. Give me your gun. Come on. I'm the reason you.
But yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier,
No, I can't let him do that. That's against regulations.
most of my, I mentioned the Survivor video, most of my projects came from me being like, oh hey, this isn't a subject that's been talked about a lot. And there was a comment on my SpongeBob tier list video, because again, I did that video because not a lot of people had ranked their favorite SpongeBob level in that game. And if they had, it wasn't nowhere near in depth.
After I'm through helping you, you and I are gonna have a nice.
Someone said in the comment, I think they deleted it unfortunately. I thought it was hilarious, but they're they're like, oh, this video has the same feeling of someone just yapping in a Xbox Live Party chat for 30 minutes. Trying to get that to a line is a pain. Should I just go ahead and get photography? No, not that one. What the hell? These guys are really aggressive for some reason. I don't really use... There we go, okay. I was about to say, I knew it existed. Yeah, I'm good on... I don't really have to restock. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and get these. I mean, I'm not worrying about dying or being at a low enough level to where the game would be substantially difficult. Oh, can you really not walk through that? Okay. But anyway, the Survivor video, yeah, I just hadn't seen anyone rank the survivors other than certain achievement guides. And I will say Jake Jakers has a way more in-depth video on that subject. He talks about the narrative aspect of it too, which is cool. There's and also there's mistakes in my video that he rectifies. Oh yeah, skateboard, duh. Oh yeah, shoot, I need to get for one, I need to get rid of the handgun. Nah, you know what? I don't really think I'll need the magazine because I gotta bring Bill and all them back. Ouch. These have one. Could have sworn they did. What the heck? I didn't make that up. Okay, yeah, I don't really need to get every... Okay, that was kind of lame, not gonna lie. Game? No, I'm just gonna... There's a lot in the food court I can get. But for example, some of the survivor health issues I don't talk about, there's a few tethered survivors that I forgot to mention. Sinji and you, Pamela and Heather, once you rescue them. Natalie technically isn't tethered if you save her independent. That's kind of obvious, but... who else? I feel like there's someone else who's tethered that I'm forgetting. But you can save Mindy and... Debbie without defeating Paul. I don't do that because, like, when I play, if I stun lock them, the fight takes like 2 seconds. Nope. Survivor. I didn't mention the exploit. Okay, this is gonna be really stupid. I've just never done this. The exploit, you can give injured survivors or hand-holding survivors melee weapons. Or I guess technically anything that a female survivor or injured survivor can hold. One, I didn't know about that because it has no speedrun utility, so I've never seen that. Their mobility isn't fixed.
Girlfriend sent me to find you.
And I recently started doing that in like some test footage, or not test footage, like me just dicking around in the game. So even then, in casual playthroughs, I don't know how reliable it
You know how
is.
to use that gun?
I've never fired at a person.
So
All right, I'll cover you from here. You need to stick.
yeah, I didn't
to
mention
the
that.
shadows. Try to get close to the target, okay?
But somehow everyone and their grandma knew about that. I think the biggest thing I get corrected about is the Saint
Well, the best solution would be to shoot the
mistake I
guy.
made, which,
But if you can't do that,
because granted, when I
keep
played
busy dodging your
Saint,
bullets and stay out of trouble.
or played Saint, when I got the Saint achievement, I did it on a separate run, and I got Ending B because I think I let Barnaby die. But
All right.
wait, no, sorry, that doesn't make any sense. I think I let Barnaby live, and then
I'll lay down a suppressing fire.
either that or I saved Simone. I think I saved Simone because I think I was trying to go for a transmissionary, but did I? It doesn't matter. But anyway, I made a mistake in the video, so. And also, I forgot to mention that Sophie and a few other people are vital for Frank the Pimp. So. Okay, come on. Is he really gonna do this? Oh, come on. Of course, when I have to record, I have to chase him down. Make sure I have enough for Bert, because I give Bert my shotgun. Come on, making me look like DSP. There we go.
away. Who was that anyway?
I don't know.
Also, there's gonna be some cutscenes where I may not have a lot to say, or I just might like watch the cutscene. Like I will say, I do love this cutscene.
Thanks for your help.
Just sort of like how stoic, or I guess terse that Frank is being, for good reason, obviously.
And right now, I'd rather have an explanation than your thanks, Brad.
Sorry. I've got nothing to tell you. Look. I don't know what Jesse told you. But as far as I'm concerned, we're through working together. So you cover your zombie story and leave the rest to us.
Also,
You,
this has nothing to do with the cutscene.
aren't ya?
But I've been seeing an influx of Dead Rising retrospects and analyses, I guess. And one thing I never noticed is like the paparazzi photojournalist stereotype that Brad mentions is almost a mirror of Kent. Kent, obviously, I mentioned it before, but Kent is supposed to be like the what do you call it when a character is like the opposite of the main character? The mirror? I could have sworn there's a more literary term.
I try.
The foil, that's what it is. I cannot think of it for whatever reason.
You win, Frank. Let's work together. Jesse and I are DHS agents. And yes, we are looking for the man in that picture.
You're with Homeland Security. Is that guy a terrorist or something? I took that picture in the entrance plaza. Right near the front door.
The entrance plaza. You're sure?
Also, maybe I should
So do I have your permission to cover this story? Or not?
I was about to say, on the topic of the Dead Rising analyses. Okay. There's like a massive influx of the. What? Oh wow, there's a lot more zombies in here than I thought. Usually they're like pretty sparse. What time is it? I mean I got time. They're like when the. Oh, I keep thinking I have knees drop. When the DRDR was announced, there's like a massive influx of those stereo. If you've heard me talk in the Discord, you know I absolutely despise. I like the first few of them. In fact, I think the only ones I like are the ones where like people don't oversaturate the genre. The whole Platinum, Dead Rising Platinum. Is this not? The whole Dead Rising Platinum, okay, Dead Rising is unique in how you can get achievements, yeah, but does that warrant, 50 DRDR, or, I can't talk, I'm getting mad from the absurdity. Does that warrant 50,000 videos of Dead Rising Platinum made me lose my sleep? Dead Rising Platinum made me go insane. It is so redundant. Like, I cannot stand and they all follow like a certain format. They say they grew up with the game, but then you look at the footage and it's like they've never touched it in their life. Second, they always make dumb jokes about Jesse or whatever. And then they always make a comment about Gone Guru, and they play the first few notes. It's like, any Dead Rising veteran knows this. And then they always talk about, and then there's an achievement that requires me to survive, or it takes 14 real life hours talking about 7 Day Survivor. But by the way, I'm not gonna do Otis's calls in this Let's Play. Oh yeah, let me. There's Jim. I need to save. So, but it's just so annoying. I'm like, why is this? Do something unique. Like talk about every achievement that, or like rank the achievements based on how hard they are. I think I could have sworn Jake Jakers was considering doing a project on that, but I could be mistaken. I'll have to talk about that more next video because I think I'm already at time. But come on. Let me just do, Brad should be okay, yeah. I'll talk about the, I can't, I'm getting so worked up over the stupid DR Platinum, and also the original, they're talking about that, and then there's spend like 20 seconds, on 7 Day Survivor. It's like, oh yeah, it's like at the end of the video, and it's like, oh yeah, I did the, 7 Day Survivor, the end. I'm like, what? You could have made a whole video just on 7 Day Survivor. In fact, I think I've seen some. There's like some British dude playing it, and like it's a pretty enjoyable watch. But okay, I liked some of the DR Platinum videos. I just hate the thumbnail. Like they all have a certain thumbnail where like, again, it's I could rant about it. There's a few that I do watch. There's one on Viva Pinata and its sequel that I really like. Because, again, early 360 games, I like to think have unique achievements. I think, just to share off the 360s, like, oh, hey, we can track, you know, you can play 50 hours in Viva Pinata and we track it. You can run 26 miles in Dead Horizon and we track it. So, it is pretty unique. And I think I even had a script of, ranking the achievements in this game based on difficulty, but I don't think I'll make that video. I think it'll be a pretty niche subject. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next part.